The crowd's still buzzing
Center
from a
fielder,
great
number 3, Jordan
first game.
Serena.
Columbia wins in the 10th inning on Gus Craig's drive to left center field. Dartmouth battled back the whole way, tied it in the 9th, had their chances in the 10th, but it was Columbia who converted. So now Dartmouth needs to win this one to extend the series to a 3rd game tomorrow.
Back and forth affair on the first pitch to Jordan Serena. It is bunted foul, out of play over the netting.
Columbia wants nothing more than to finish the deal right here, not have to play a 3rd game tomorrow. Funny how the momentum switches.
Game 2, also 9 innings like the first one. Dartmouth is the home team in this one. That is why the Lions are batting first. Here's the 0-1 pitch, and it is fouled this time into the netting once again, the left side of home plate. Serena was 1 for 5 in game number 1. Also struck out once. Was able to show his ability on the base paths. It's a back and forth affair in game number 1. The 0-2 pitch just misses inside. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
So it's Keith Segedy who is at first base in the opener behind the plate here in game 2. See if he's any more popular with the local fans than Mike Serra was in game 1.
He'll be manning third this time. The 1-2 pitch popped up into the infield. Coming in is Goodrich, and he is there to make the catch. Black was 2 for 5 with a run scored in the opener.
Danino 6-0 on the year, 2.80 ERA, 45 innings pitched, only gave up 14 runs.
Here's the first pitch, and it is high and inside for a ball.
And we talked about in the first game, Lance, Dartmouth threw Cole Salser, who's one of their 4 weekend starters, and Columbia came back with Tim Giel. So
the 1-0 pitch in the dirt outside, ball 2.
So for Dartmouth, that leaves Mitch Horacek for tomorrow, if there is a tomorrow. I'm not sure who it would be for Columbia, perhaps Klein. Maybe Giel can go again. All stops out.
Giel certainly would have been the guy that you would have penciled in had he not pitched for game 3 if that is necessary. The 2-0 pitch, and he paints the outside corner for strike 1. Michael Johnson, a 1.33 ERA this season. That was 20th in the nation and 2nd in the Ivy League. Here's the 2-1 pitch, and it is fouled towards the Dartmouth dugout.
Johnson doesn't overpower you with speed. He's quick, but he changes speeds well, has a nice curveball. Lefty drops it in on the right-handed batters, moves the ball around pretty well.
Johnson coming off a strong outing last Sunday, game 2 at Harvard. He went 6 innings, gave up 1 run on 4 hits and 2 walks, struck out 6. Here's the 2-2 pitch with 2 outs in the first, and it misses inside for a ball.
In a win over Columbia during the regular season, he pitched 7 1/3 innings, gave up 4 hits, 3 runs, 2 of them earned, struck out 4, walked 3. And those
got the win in game 2 on March 31st here at Robertson Field. Here's the full count pitch, and it is high for a ball. So Alex Black, take your base. He's aboard with 2 out. And Joey Falcone, the Lions' designated hitter, comes up to bat. Falcone, 3 for 5 in the opener with a run scored. He has gotten red hot in the latter stages of this season, a big reason why the Lions were able to win the Lou Gehrig division and post 16 wins in conference play, which was a new school record. Here's the first pitch to Falcone, and a swing and a foul tip for strike 1.
In Ivy baseball, there are 2 divisions, the 4 New England schools, the Red Ralph division, named after the Dartmouth and Yankee Greg, the 4 Mid-Atlantic schools, the Lou Gehrig division. The winner of the 2 divisions compete best 2 out of 3 for the Ivy title and the automatic bid to the NCAA Tournament.
Dartmouth has been here last 5 years. 0-1 pitch, misses outside. High strike.
Big Green have won 2 of 5. Columbia have been here twice in the last 6 years and have won it once. 2008, the Lions won in Hanover in 3 games. What a treat for these guys, whoever wins, to go to the NCAA baseball tournament.
The Lions, when they went there in 2008, they headed to Coastal Carolina. The 1-1 pitch, and it's a grounder up the middle, out of the reach of the diving Parisi. And Falcone aboard once again, and that brings up Nick Parisi, the right fielder.
4 hits on the day already for Falcone. Ferrarisi was 2 for 5 in the opener, had an RBI. Silver on deck.
Ferrarisi sent the ball deep to center that was right over the head of Patterson in game number 1. So 2 aboard. Michael Johnson trying to get out of this one, and a rocket sent down the right field line, but foul on pitch number 1 for a strike.
Yeah, that Ferrarisi double in the 5th brought around Black. That was a big run at the time. Great rivalry between these two schools. You can see in the way they play each other, they have a lot of respect, as do the coaches.
Ferrarisi coming into today, batting .262, 39 hits, and he was 3rd on the team with 23 RBI. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Gets on the inside corner for strike number 2.
Both teams with the identical lineups here in game 2.
Dartmouth hoping Michael Johnson can come through with a strong performance to force a game 3. Here's the 0-2 pitch, and he gets him looking. Strike opposed Nick Ferrarisi to end the top of the 1st. We move to the bottom of the frame. We are scoreless between Columbia and Dartmouth, game 2 of the Ivy League Championship Series. The Lions will be turning to Joey Danino, who Wayne touched on in the top of the frame. The 6'4" right-hander junior out of Avon, Connecticut, was 4-0 with a 1.74 ERA in league play. 7 starts among his 11 appearances. Overall, 6-0 with a 2.80 ERA. And he's going to work against Matt Parisi. And the first pitch is skied high in the infield. Fisher backing up, fighting with the sun, and it's going to drop in between Fisher and Vandercook. But it will be a foul ball. So Parisi will head back to home plate to continue his at-bat, as the sun has been something that both teams have battled throughout the course of this day, most notably the Lions right out of the gates to start game number 1, where a couple of balls dropped in for some connections for Dartmouth. Here is the 0-1 pitch to Parisi, and it is a swing and a miss, strike 2.
Looking at Danino's numbers, 45 innings pitched, 57 strikeouts. That's well over 1 an inning, so you figure he's got some pretty big heat.
First on the team with 57 Ks compared to 15 walks. The 0-2 pitch bounces in the dirt past Fisher for ball number 1.
And throwing as hard as you do, it's nice to let the other team know you can be a little erratic too, as he bounces that one about 45 feet out.
And Danino looking to pick up, Wayne, where David Spear left off. Season high 12 Ks in game number 1, retired 16 in a row during one stretch. Here's the 1-2 pitch, and a fastball right down the middle. But not able to get a strike, according to the umpire. 2-2. Surprised the crowd did not react to that one. Here's the 2-2 pitch, and this one misses inside. Ball number 3. 3 balls, 2 strikes to Parisi, the second baseman for the Big Green. Dartmouth also with its same lineup as it had in game number 1. And the 3-2 pitch to Parisi is lined through the gap between short and third into left field for a base hit. So Parisi aboard. Coble, the left fielder for the Big Green. Left-hander in the box going up against Danino, the right-hander, with a runner aboard. Here's the first pitch showing bunt way outside for ball number 1.
Coble, a .328 hitter in 4 years of starting at Dartmouth. 181 hits. What a great career he's had. Twice All-Ivy. Once as a DH, once as a utility player. He can play anywhere. Playing left today.
And the throw to first not in time as Parisi is able to dive back to the bag. Danino in black playing catch.
Parisi stole 3 bases in 3 attempts, so pretty good runner. We talked about in the opener, Dartmouth doesn't run as much as Columbia does.
1-0 the count. Here's the pitch showing bunt, and this one outside once again for ball 2.
Vandercook at third is way in on the left-handed batting Coble. Well, Coble is a good drag bunter too, so you have to defend against both the sacrifice and the drag bunt with him.
And Coble has shown bunt. Right now looking to swing. 2 balls, no strikes. Swing and a miss for strike 1. Baseball runs in the family for the Coble squad as his brother Alex plays shortstop at Morehouse College in Atlanta. A lot of family tie-ins throughout the Ivy League. Here's the 2-1 pitch, and it's high and outside. Ball 3. 3-1 the count. With 1 aboard, nobody out. The bottom of the first, scoreless between Columbia and Dartmouth. So glad you could join us on IvyLeagueSports.com. Game 2 of the Ivy League Championship Series. Alongside Wade Young, I'm Lance Meadow. Danino getting ready. Here's the 3-1 pitch, and he paints the outside corner for strike number 2.
Keller on deck. Not a bad time to run here for the Big Green. Coble bats left, so that gives you a little protection. Dartmouth actually stole a couple of bases off Mike Fisher, which is not too many people have done this year.
Around 50% on the season, Fisher, as Danino throws to first, and Parisi able to get back to the bag. Parisi was 1 for 5 with 2 runs scored in the opener, struck out twice. Here's the 3-2 pitch, Parisi on the run, and a foul tip into the netting left side. Lions 1 win away from heading to the big dance. Here's the 3-2 pitch, and it misses inside for a ball. Jeff Keller, the right fielder for the Big Green, who I mentioned had the 2-run homer in this very frame in game number 1. Deep to left field.
Parisi singled, and Keller got all of it.
So Keller now with 6 home runs on the season. Here's the first pitch, swing and a miss, strike 1. Keller 2 for 4 with 2 RBI and 2 runs scored in the opener. So he now has 41 ribbies on the season, led the Ivy League in that category. Also led in runs scored in just about every other statistical category you can name. Very consistent hitter throughout the season is Danino. Fakes the throw, looks back at second.
I like the way you put it in game 1, Lance. If there's a hitting category, Keller's in the top 5. Great year. Only a junior, a captain, a rare junior captain for the Big Green from Atherton, California. Chance here to give Dartmouth the lead once again.
Here's the 0-1 pitch, swing and a miss. Strike 2 as both runners return to their respective bases. Keller's actually 3rd generation to attend Dartmouth. His father and his grandfather also attended the school. Trying to continue the tradition is Dartmouth in the Ivy League Championship Series for the 6th straight year. Of their 5 previous appearances, just 2 and 3. Here's the 0-2 pitch. And a slow roller into the gap between first and second. Crusette's there, the throw to first in time on a very close play with Keller and Black. And Crusette made a nice play in game 1 where he also shifted over to his left, filled the hole, and was able to record an out.
There's that man Mike Serra at first base. No, Mike's at 3rd this game, so have a quiet afternoon maybe.
Dustin Selzer, the first baseman up at bat for Dartmouth, takes a strike on the inside corner. 0-1 the count. The runners on 2nd and 3rd. Parisi at 3rd, Coble at 2nd. Danino working on Selzer. 0-1 the count, 1 out here in the bottom of the 1st. And the pitch, swing and a miss. Goes into the dirt, but a nice block by Fisher, who handled Spear very nicely in game number 1. And looking to do the same here with Danino.
Selzer 2 for 4 in the opener, 1 RBI. Puritano on deck.
2 on, 1 out, the 0-2 pitch to Selzer. And he lifts this one into the gap in right center. Coming in to make the catch is Ferrisi. He will throw to 3rd, and a run will come in to score. So a sac fly for Dustin Selzer as Parisi charges home, and Dartmouth strikes first, just as it did in game 1, 1-0 in favor of the Big Green here in the bottom of the 1st.
What a great job by Roy, the freshman reliever. Loaded the bases up and then worked his way out of trouble to preserve it until Gus Craig comes through in the bottom of the 10th for the Lions.
First pitch to Puritano in the dirt for a ball. 1-0 the count. Runner on 3rd. Coble takes his lead. Here's the 1-0 pitch, swing and a miss. Evens things up at 1-1. Puritano 1 for 5 in the opener with a run scored. Puritano caught fire in April and carried it through the rest of the season. The 1-1 pitch hit hard into the ground for a foul ball. And actually, there was a throw to first, but Puritano did not even move as the home plate umpire conferring with the 3rd base umpire, and they now are on the same page. It was indeed a foul ball. The Lions were ready to run back to the dugout as Danino thought he escaped the jam. Nonetheless, things will resume here.
Well, the home plate umpire didn't see it, but the 3rd base, our boy, man Serra, did. Foul ball off of Puritano's foot.
Sarah has had all the answers today. Here's the 1-2 pitch in the dirt for ball 2. Crowd relatively quiet to start game number 2.
With the passion and the tension as that game went into extra innings in the opener was something.
Here's the 2-2 pitch, check swing, ball bounces into the dirt, gets past Fisher. Coble will come in to score. The throw to first bounces into the glove of Alex Black, and they're going to say not in time. The first base umpire says he juggled it and safe at first after the ball gets away.
So the home fans were a little quiet at the start of game 2 are back into their usual form. The bottom line is Dartmouth has 2 runs and Puritano struck out but makes it to first on the wild pitch.
And that brings up Nick Lombardi, the third baseman, batting out of the 6th spot with 1 on. And he takes a strike on the outside corner, and the crowd very pleased with that call.
Lombardi 0 for 5 in the opener. Usually a reliable hitter for the Big Green.
He was also tested out in the field multiple times. Here's the 0-1 pitch, and it's high and inside for a ball.
Lombardi hit .299 on the year with 4 homers, 38 RBIs.
Puritano leads off from first with 2 out here in the bottom of the first. Dartmouth 2-0. And the pitch misses inside for ball 2. And Keith Segedy, the home plate umpire, starting to hear it from the crowd. So he can relate to Mike Serra, who called balls and strikes in game 1. He's now manning third. 2 balls, 1 strike. Here's the pitch, and the liner right up the middle, past the diving Nick Crusette.
So Parisi singled, Coble walked, Keller moved him along with a grounded to second. A sacrifice fly by Seller brought in 1, then a wild pitch brought in another.
Goodrich coming in this season batting .221. First pitch, right down the middle, strike number 1.
What a good crowd. The grandstand is full. On the football side, there are people standing everywhere. On the parking lot side, on the right, all lined against the fence. Great day for baseball.
Clear skies over Robertson Field. The 0-1 pitch. Right down the middle once again for strike 2. It's Danino going to work against Trent Goodrich.
I'd like to see the radar gun on that pitch. That was quick.
Back-to-back fastballs. 0-2 the count. Danino ahead, trying to get out of this inning with 2 on and 2 out. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, ball gets away. Fisher picks it up, the throw to first. In time, no controversy there. 1 inning in the books, but not before Dartmouth plays 2 runs. It's the Big Green 2, the Lions nothing.
We take care of the whole recovery process, getting them back to the level they were before they got injured, and many times even better. What's involved is preserving dreams.
The first thing I do with any athlete is figure out their goals and then try to make a plan based upon that.
One of the things that people don't quite understand about team physicians is how invested we are in these people's lives. We don't look at you as a guy with a shoulder problem. We try to understand what it is that makes you tick.
To the second, it is Dartmouth 2, Columbia nothing. As Aaron Silbar, the shortstop, will be leading off the frame, facing Michael Johnson, who gave up a hit in the first inning. And the first pitch to Silbar, line back at second, right past the diving Parisi, and rolls into the gap in right center. And with a sliding double is Aaron Silbar to start off the second inning. Found an opening right up the gut, and Parisi, it was just out of his reach.
Columbia in the first game, I think it was 5 or 6 innings out of 10, they get the leadoff runner on.
And the first pitch to David Vandercook, the third baseman. Low and outside for ball 1. Vandercook in game number 1, 0 for 5, but did score a run. Struck out 4 times. The Golden Sombrero.
Cousette on deck.
1-0 pitch to Vandercook, and it is high and inside for ball 2. Silbar at second after a leadoff double. Lions' second hit of the game after Joey Falcone had a base hit in the first inning but was left stranded when Parisi went down looking. 2-0 to Vandercook with Silbar leading off from second, and the pitch is high and inside for ball 3. Dowell and Johnson will talk things over right in front of the mound.
Johnson only walked 11 in 54 innings of work. Dartmouth pitchers known for pitching to contact. They're always among the nation's leaders in fewest walks and strikeouts to walk ratios.
Been in the top 10 the last couple of years. Johnson walked Alex Black in the first inning already as Silbar takes a strong lead, and the 3-0 pitch hits the inside corner for strike one.
Dartmouth wasn't holding Silbar on at all right there. Silbar stole 6 bases in 9 attempts this year.
That's the Lions' blueprint. Get the guys on base, be aggressive on the base paths. The 3-1 pitch, a line drive into the wall to the right of first base. Nearly wiped out the cameraman on top of the Lions' dugout. Vandercook with a 3-2 count. The left-hander against the left-hander. Silbar leading off from second after the leadoff double. The 3-2 pitch. And this one is lined into right field. That will drop it no man's land and roll to the wall. Vandercook stepping on the gas. He's rounding second. Silbar comes in to score. Vandercook slides into third. An RBI triple for the Lions' third baseman. And Columbia on the board. 2-1 they trail here in the top of the second. So Dartmouth strikes first in game one. Columbia responds in the next frame. Dartmouth strikes first in this one, and what does Columbia do? Responds again as the first pitch to Crusette is foul tipped back into the netting for strike one. So Vandercook with his first hit today. He was 0 for 5 in game number one. Crusette was 2 for 5 with 2 RBI, that 2-run double, tying the game at 2 early on.
4th triple of the year for Vandercook.
0-1 pitch, high and inside, ball one.
That was an interesting number. Even though he was not among the strongest hitters for the Lions, Vandercook leads the team in triples with 4.
Displaying his speed around the bases in his last at bat, the 1-1 pitch, swing and a miss. Strike two.
So the tying run on third. Perhaps Columbia will try something here. Not with 2 strikes now. Crusette, pretty good bunter. Fisher on deck.
Crusette, the 5'9" senior out of Wested, Florida. Brett Beretti so impressed with his play in the field as a freshman. Shifted around the infield. And the 1-2 pitch, a rounder to second. Throw to first in time, but that gets the job done as Vandercook comes in to score on the RBI ground out, and we are knotted at 2 here in the second. So Mike Fisher, who scored the game-winning run in the opener, getting his first look at Michael Johnson. And the first pitch, he grounds right up the middle. Goodrich is there to throw to first in time.
Top of the lineup now for Columbia here in the second. Williams grounded out. I got a feeling this is going to be just like game one. Battling to the end.
Seems to be following that same script. First pitch, low and outside for ball one. Williams was 0 for 3 in the opener with 2 strikeouts. He was replaced late by Gus Craig, and that move paid off for Brett Beretti. The 1-0 pitch, hard chopper to second. Reese's there to throw to first in time. So we go to the bottom of the second. The Lions play 2 runs to tie things up. Columbia and Dartmouth moving along here in Game 2 of the Ivy League Championship Series. Alongside Wayne Young, I'm Lance Meadow. So glad you could join us. We move to the bottom of the second. Game 2 of the Ivy League Championship Series. Columbia and Dartmouth tied at 2. As Danino on the hill for the Lions, and his first pitch to McDowell is fouled into the football stadium, left side of home plate. McDowell 0 for 3 in the opener. He did draw a walk, struck out twice, and the pitch is grounded to first. Alex Black there, he will run to the bag, and 1 away here in the bottom of the second. Patterson was 1 for 3 in the opener, struck out twice. Here's the first pitch to Patterson. It's fouled back towards the Columbia Lions dugout to the right of first base. 2-2. The score here in the bottom of the second between Columbia and Dartmouth. 1 out. Bo Patterson in the box. And the 0-1 pitch, swing and a miss, strike 2.
Top of the order, Parisi up next for the big green here in the bottom of the seconds. So hard to think of Dartmouth as the home team, but they alternate home teams in the playoffs.
The 0-2 pitch bounces into dirt before it gets to Fisher for ball one.
Not only the home team, they're wearing their gray away uniforms.
Beautiful day here in New York City at Robertson Field. The 1-2 pitch right down the middle, but misses, according to the home plate umpire, for a ball. Danino bringing the heat with that one on the fastball. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Grounder back to short. Silbar there. Throw to first in time. 2 away.
He came around to score on Seltzer's sacrifice fly. And Coble scored on that controversial play at first.
Here's the first pitch to Parisi. High and inside, ball one. Fastball getting away from Danino. The 1-0 pitch. Low and inside for ball two. So Danino falls behind on the count.
Still a big crowd here. The grandstands are full. Football field, they're watching from over there.
Here's the 2-0 pitch, low and outside, ball three. So Danino having trouble finding the strike zone with Parisi in the box. A top 5 hitter in the Ivy League, 52 hits. That ranked 4th. Here's the 3-0 pitch. And he paints the outside corner for strike one. Parisi last season made 15 appearances, including 10 starts at second and third. 3-1 pitch, misses inside for ball number 4.
For Danino.
And the first guy that he walked is in the box right now. And it's low and inside for ball one to Coble. As Parisi initially taking a lead off from first, catching up with Alex Black, and now will take his lead once again. 1-0 the count to Coble. It's Coble trying to go to work against Danino, and he takes a strike on the inside.
Coble 2 for 5 in the opener. Walked here in the first.
2-2 game here in the bottom of the second. A swing and a miss. Strike two. Dartmouth plated 2 runs in the bottom of the first. The Lions responded with 2 in the top of the second. Similar to how game 1 played out. And that was a back and forth affair that ended in 10. Danino's throw to first is going to get Parisi. And the Lions close the door on the second inning.
After 2
As
innings,
he's picked off at first.
2.
They caught him sleeping. Alex Black applies the tag. We move to the third, tied at 2.
At Athletic Brewing Company, we've built America's first craft non-alcoholic brewery. We've created a lineup of award-winning non-alcoholic beers. Our beers are made with organic grains and start at only 50 calories. Athletic beers are perfect for anyone who loves being healthy and active, but also loves to enjoy great tasting beer with friends. To give us a try, go to athleticbrewingcompany.com and use code ATHLETIC20 for 20% off your first order.
We move to the third inning here at Robertson Field.
Leading off the Columbia half of the third, the center fielder, number 3, Jordan
Game
Serena.
2 of the Ivy League Championship Series. Columbia Dartmouth tied at 2, and leading off the third is Jordan Serena, center fielder for the Lions, who popped out to short in his first at bat. And he takes a strike on the inside corner. Sophomore out of Colorado lines the second pitch into the gap in left center, and this will bounce off the wall. Serena rounding second. He will now hold up, and Jordan Serena on board with a leadoff double to start off the third.
Columbia continues to get the leadoff batter on base and putting pressure on the Dartmouth defense.
And that hurt the big green in game number 1, as you touched on earlier. So Johnson stares back at Serena. And Alex Black in the box, and he takes the first pitch, skies it high down the right field line, and it will be foul.
We talked about Serena stealing 26 bases in 27 attempts, but I don't know how many of those were third. But those are as good numbers as I've ever seen in Ivy League baseball.
And that's why he topped the list in that category. Serena started his career here at Columbia as an infielder, moved to the outfield. But one way or the other, still doing damage on the base paths and could do more here. Leads off from second. 0-1 to Alex Black, but Johnson still staring back at second. Parisi playing off the bag. But just the mere presence of Serena flustering Johnson. He needs to be aware. As Serena certainly has the green light from head coach Brett Beretti. Here's the 0-1 pitch, and this one is lined deep to left field. Racing back is Koval. He will make the catch. Tagging up and heading to third is going to be Serena. He's going to round third. The relay throw is not in time. Jordan Serena on a routine fly ball deep to left. Turns the corner at third, gets the green light, and comes
Designated
home.
hitter, number
And
16,
how about that?
Joey
The
Falcone.
Lions move in front 3-2 here in the top of the third.
Well, Koval's relay through went over the head of the shortstop, and by the time Dartmouth retrieved it, Coach Beretti just sent Serena around at close play at the plate, and he hook slides over the plate to give Columbia the lead.
And that will bring up Joey Falcone.
What a great play by Serena.
Takes a ball on the first pitch he sees.
Falcone has 4 hits on the day.
The 1-0 pitch, low and outside, ball 2. 3 for 5 in game number 1. Falcone picking up where he left off in the regular season here at Robertson Field. Last weekend, a walk-off home run in game number 1 against Penn. Here's the 2-0 pitch, and this one is lifted into right field. Shallow right, coming in to making the diving catch. That'll bring up Nick Ferrisi, the right fielder for the Lions, who went down looking in his first at-bat in the first inning. Ferrisi, the right-hander, facing Johnson, the lefty. Out of the windup, first pitch, grounded foul towards the Dartmouth dugout. Lions in front 3-2.
Crowd still buzzing. That play by Serena. He started off with a double. A long fly to left. Koval had to go back, and Serena just kept going, tagging up. Comes around to score. What a great, creative play.
Here's the 0-1 pitch. Grounded to short. Goodrich is there. The throw to first in time. And that will do it for the top half of the third.
Gonna be a
To the
one
bottom
run
of the
on one
frame
hit.
as the Lions
nobody
score a
left on at the
go-ahead
top of
run
the
thanks
third
to
after
Jordan
2.5
Serena's
innings.
speedy legs.
Lions 3, Big
3-2
Green 2.
Columbia. We go to the bottom of the third here at Robertson
Bringing up
Field
for
in New
Dartmouth,
York
the left
City.
fielder,
So
number
glad you could
5,
join us.
Ennis Koval.
On IvyLeagueSports.com alongside Wayne Young, I'm Lance Meadow. Columbia 3, Dartmouth 2. Lions plating the go-ahead run in the top of the frame. And Danino on the hill for the Lions, starting out against Ennis Koval, who was up at bat when Parisi was caught stealing at first to end the previous frame. He takes a ball on the first pitch he sees. Here's the 1-0 pitch, and it is sliced foul. Left side of home plate into the football stadium.
Koval, Keller, and Selzer, 2, 3, and 4 for the Big Green as they try and get back into this, trailing by 1.
Here's the 1-1 pitch, and it's low and inside for ball 2. Lions plated 3 runs, in game 1 in the second inning. This game they plated 2 and added another in the third. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Swing and foul tip. 2-2 the count.
3 extra base hits already for the Lions here in 3 innings at the plate.
And as you've touched on, Wayne, a lot of those hits coming right off the bat with the leadoff hitter. 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Ball gets away. Fisher picks it up. Throw to first. In time. 1 away. Deep shot to left field. No doubt about it. In the first inning of game number 1. And then Spears set the tone. Here's the first pitch. Hits the inside corner for strike 1. Danino using that fastball early on. Here's Here's the 0-1 pitch, and this one low and outside. Ball one.
Mike Fisher behind the plate has been digging balls out of the dirt all day long. He's good behind the plate. Good arm. And had the big hit.
1-1 pitch to Keller. And this one is skied high into shallow center. Backing up is Crusette, who's waved off by Serena, who slides in to make the catch. As that was heading into dangerous territory to pick up here at Satow Stadium. 1-0 pitch, line to left field, and it will drop in for a base hit right in front of Eric Williams. So a two-out single. A very wacky play in that first inning.
Coble came in to score. They bang play at first. They called Puritano safe, and Dartmouth had 2 runs.
Puritano takes a strike.
And first base umpire John Harrington had an earful from Coach Beretti.
Beretti's been very active. We've seen him everywhere on this field today. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Right down the middle. Strike number 2. You don't see a manager jog out to center field too often and try to jump up on a wall. But if you missed game 1, yes, that did happen here at Robertson Field today. The 0-2 pitch. Outside for ball 1. It just added to the drama in the bottom of the 10th inning as Fisher led off with a deep fly ball, got caught between the low blue wall and the high fence. Beretti wanted to see it for himself. The 1-2 pitch. This one is hit into shallow right field. Set comes over all the way from second, gets underneath it to make the catch. 3 innings in the books. Lions in front, 3-2 over Dartmouth.
We're outside of Jag 1. Tell us why this place is so important to your patients.
We're serving New York, New Jersey, and Pennsylvania as an outpatient physical therapy and occupational therapy center. We've worked very hard in the last 2 years to bring us close to 100% in-network in all our facilities. We treat every type of pathology and illness and surgical intervention, taking that patient's needs and building the rehab program around that goal and attaining the goal.
Back here on IvyLeagueSports.com, we move to the 4th inning with Columbia leading Dartmouth 3-2. And to take you through the next 3 innings, here's my partner, Wayne Young.
Thank you, Lance. We did this 3 years ago from the football press box, so we're making progress. We're on top of the baseball press box today. Columbia leads 3-2 after 3. Columbia took the opener in extra innings, a terrific baseball game. 6-5 was the final. Here is leading off for Columbia Silbar, and he thinks about laying down a bunt, but takes it for ball 1. Columbia got 1 in the first and 2 in the second against the Big Green. Dartmouth got 2 in the first. So after 3, it's 3-2. Same score as it was after 3 innings in the first game. And then it went back and forth. They traded runs until Columbia comes through in the 10th. Just misses. 2-1 the count to Silbar. Vandercook on deck, who doubled to bring home Silbar in the second. Foul ball, 2-2. It'll be Silbar, Vandercook, and Crusette. Fisher in the hole.
Silbar was 2 for 4 with 2 RBI in game 2 against Michael Johnson back on March 31st. So he has been effective against the left-hander.
Here's the pitch. Misses inside. 3-2, full count. We talked about this in the opener. You do not want to walk Silbar. Silbar, Crusette, Serena, all terrific base stealers. Wow, that's hit into the gap in left center field. That's going to be extra bases. It's over the fence, a ground rule double. A little bit lucky for Dartmouth because that was way out in deep left center field. It would have rattled around out there from behind.
The last thing you want to do if you're a starting pitcher, give the opposition a runner in scoring position right off the bat.
Now here's Vandercook. Was it a triple or a double Vandercook had?
Vandercook had a triple after
triple.
the Silbar double.
In the second inning, knocked home Silbar, got the first Columbia run. He came in to score later on the Crusette grounder. Silbar off second. Vanderbroek 0-1. Silbar dancing around out there. Swing and a miss. Foul tip, I guess it is. 0-2 now. To Vandercook. Vandercook's triple in the second was his 4th of the year. He leads the Lions in triples.
That was a big hit for him considering he went 0 for 5 in the opener.
Yeah, that got it going for the Lions.
They responded right after that.
The 0-2 pitch. Misses outside, 1-2. Michael Johnson. Senior left-hander. What a year he had for the Big Green. 7-0 with a 1.33 ERA. Shot to right field. Might be foul. Now it's Keller near the line in the sun. Makes the catch. Tagging up from second is Silbar, and he's into third easily. The sun playing havoc on these outfielders today. Keller.
Lions had trouble with it in game 1, and Keller made a nifty catch where he ran ahead of himself and then had to back up to make the grab.
Silbar off third. Here's Crusette. Columbia with a one-run lead. We'd love to bring him home. Called strike to Nick Crusette, who grounded out to second.
And he did drive in a run with that ground out.
Yeah, that brought in Vandercook with the second Columbia run. 0-1. Go ahead.
I was just going to say the scouting report on Crusette's all about what he does on the bases, but today he's really come through with the bat.
Pitch misses high. 1-1. Johnson 15-2 lifetime for the Big Green. This is his senior year. Silbar on third. 1 down. 3-2 Columbia lead. Top of the 4th. Here comes a suicide bunt, and it's going to work. Run scores. Nicely done by Crusette. Silbar comes in. It's not quite a suicide. He was on his way. Crusette put a perfect bunt to the left side. Johnson comes off the mound, fields it, throws Crusette out at first, but it's 4-2 Columbia. Excellent execution by the Lions.
Wayne, that's just another example of what the Lions have been doing all season long. Getting guys on and then doing damage around the bases.
So here is Fisher. RBI for Crusette. Second RBI of this game. Perfectly executed squeeze play by the Lions.
And it helps when you have the speedy Silbar at third.
Pitch misses. 1-1 to Fisher. Eric Williams on deck. The Big Green got 2 in the first. Columbia came back with 2 in the second, 1 in the third, and now 1 here in the 4th. Grounded to the left side, but foul. Coach Peretti one-hands it.
Michael Johnson, over his 4 years, has really paid his dues. His number of starts have slowly increased over the course of his career. 4 as a freshman, 5 as a sophomore, 8 as a junior, and this season comes through with 8 again.
Ooh, just misses inside. 2-2 now with 2 out. Top of the order, Williams on deck. A double by Silbar. A fly to right by Vandercook moves Silbar to second, and a squeeze play brings by Crusette. Nice bunt brings Silbar home. 3-2, full count now. Johnson gets some dirt. A field turf surface here at Robertson Field, except for the mound, which is dirt.
And prior to game 1, the Dartmouth Big Green was 8-1 here on the field turf.
Same surface as at Red Ralph Field at Beyonde Park. That pitch misses.
Left fielder number 12,
so Fisher
Eric
walks
Williams.
with 2 outs. And now you got the top of the order, Eric Williams, who's 0 for 5 on the day. You know he's due. Serena on deck.
Williams is another guy that Brett Beretti has just moved around throughout the course of his career.
Pitch.
Go ahead.
Pitch misses wide. 1-0. Here comes Coach Whalen. Doesn't want this game to get away from him. Johnson's ready. Throws over. Fisher back easily. 3 Lou Gehrig division titles in the last 6 years. 1 Ivy League title, and he's 6 innings away from a second one. As we found out in the first game, probably a long way to go in this game. Called strike. 1-1. To Williams. He grounded out to third, grounded out to second. Serena on deck with 2 down.
Wayne, if this one comes down to the 9th and Dartmouth's up at bat, I'm not betting against the big green, I'll tell you that.
Well, they came through to tie it in the 9th in the opener, but Columbia upped them and converted in the bottom of the 10th. A pinch hitter, Gus Craig, wins the game for the Lions. That misses away. 2-1 now to Williams. After Ryan Toymil, the reserve for Dartmouth, had the big hit for the big green.
It was really a true chess match in that 9th inning.
It was great. Line to left field. Coble going back. He's got time. Makes the catch. So Williams flies out to left, but Columbia gets their 4th run of the game.
1 run on 1 hit.
Silbar doubled.
1 man left on base.
He was advanced
After
to third on a
3.5 innings,
sacrifice
Lions
fly by
lead
Vandercook,
4-2.
and Nick Crusett with a suicide squeeze brings Silbar home. 4-2 Columbia after 3.5. Joey Danino on the mound for the Columbia Lions.
Leading off for
6'4",
Dartmouth, the third baseman, number 20, Nick Lombardi.
220-pound junior from Avon, Connecticut, Avon Old Farms School. He gave up 2 runs in the first, but has set down Dartmouth almost in order since. Only 1 single in the last 6 batters. Batting for the big green will be Lombardi, Goodrich, and McDowell here. Ball 1 to Lombardi, who singled in the first. Dartmouth went ahead 2-0 in the first. Columbia got 2 back in the second, another one in the third, and a 4th in the 4th to lead 4-2. Lions won the opener. Swung on and missed. Strike 1, 2-1. Best 2 out of 3. So if Columbia wins here, the series is over. Columbia will be the Ivy League champs and in the NCAA Tournament in a few weeks. If Dartmouth wins, they'll come back tomorrow for Game 3. Foul tip, 2-2.
NCAA Tournament gets underway later this month.
That's 3 weeks they have before the Ivies get to play. That's tough on whoever wins it, trying to stay sharp in baseball for 3 weeks. There's only so many inter-squad games you can play. But that's a good problem to have as a coach, is how to get your team ready. Grounded to third, and that's fair. Long throw to first, scooped out of the dirt. What a nice play by Vandercook at third.
Alex Flagg digging real deep to get that one, as Vandercook was deep in the hot corner himself. And they hooked up from one end to the other to record out number 1 here in the 4th.
Here's Goodrich. Trent Goodrich, a freshman from Arizona, has been the starting shortstop for Dartmouth virtually the whole year, done a great job in the field. Struck out in the first. He shows bunt of the bunt for a base hit variety, pulls it back, and it's ball 1. 1-1, 1 out. 4-2 Columbia lead. North Manhattan, gorgeous day in New York City. There's a taken for strike 2.
One thing that gets overlooked from this Dartmouth team is, I know they're the home team technically, but they've been so effective on the road this season. 10-3. That was 7th in the nation.
Grounded foul. Goodrich stays alive. Well, there were years. Now Dartmouth has a field turf surface like this, and they get to play most of their games. There were years Dartmouth didn't get on its field till the last week or 2. They would play home games down in Connecticut, or would play Columbia even though it was a Dartmouth home game here at Bakersfield. Foul tip hung on to by Fisher. Here's McDowell, the catcher. He grounds one softly and it's called foul. It's a soft grounder to first. Home plate umpire says, Keith Segedy says it was off his foot. So McDowell limping around behind the plate. Patterson on deck. After 2 in the first inning, Danino set the big green down in order in second, gave up 1 single in the third, but it got everybody else, and now is got 2 outs on the big green here in the fourth. Metro North trains in the distance, or maybe that's Amtrak. We've never been here. There's a great setting at Baker Field. The Henry Hudson Bridge, the Hudson River, the Pacific Palisades, the Harlem River, trains going by, Kingsbridge in the background. Here's the pitch, way inside, 2-1.
And when the weather's good like it is today, you get to take it all in.
And there are days when it can be miserable here. We've done football games over the years
where there's not enough tape in the vicinity to keep your pages down.
Hit well to center field. Serena going back on the warning track and makes the catch against the fence. McDowell got all of that one, but Serena drifted back, so nothing for the big green here in the fourth. After 4 full innings, the score remains Columbia 4, Dartmouth 2. We'll be right back.
You play basketball, you play football, you play tennis, but you can't play boxing. You have to fight. I remember the night where it went completely downhill. It was a massive tumor that had wrapped itself around my spine. Dr. Hartle, who was my surgeon, he aced it. They resurrected me. On August 9th, 2014, I became the WBA middleweight champion of the world.
Top of the 5th inning, Columbia is the visiting team today, even though we're playing at Columbia. In the best of 3 Ivy League series, the home team gets to host the first and third games. The visiting team is the home team for the middle game. So top of the order, will be Williams, Serena. Actually, this is Serena. It's Serena, Black, and Falcone here in the 5th. Shot up the middle, base hit for Serena. That's his second hit. Serena, 26 steals and 27 attempts on the year. And for the 4th time in this game, Columbia gets the leadoff hitter on. And it was 4 or 5 innings in the first game.
And that's why just the mere presence, Wayne, of having Serena on base is a concern for Michael Johnson, and why you really need to show your poise as a pitcher and not get flustered or distracted by constantly throwing over to first, because it affects your pitches to home plate.
Throw over, Serena back easily. Black at the plate, 0 for 1. He walked, flied out to left. That was the fly to left, though, that brought Serena in, so he got an RBI. There goes Serena, the throw, not nearly in time. It goes into the outfield. Serena gets to his feet and makes it to third easily. The throw bounced, and Dartmouth guys couldn't handle it. It goes between them, and Serena pops up and takes off. I think that's happened before. He does it so well. And now with no out, Serena is on third base. That'll be an E2, probably.
Just another example of how Serena can change the outcome of a game simply by running the bases. Goes from first to third in the blink of an eye.
There's a foul ball, right side, out of play.
Where he's a 3-sport athlete in high school. Baseball, basketball, and football.
Grounded back to Johnson. He gets it, throws over to face. Serena makes some gestures about going home. Good play by Johnson, forcing Serena back towards third. So Black is out 1-3. Serena remains on third. Yeah, look at his impact on this game. He doubles, comes all the way into score on a sacrifice fly. Then he walks, steals second, wild throw, gets on third base, and now he's a threat to score the 5th run for the Lions, who lead 4-2. Top of the 5th. Pitch is inside, and they say it hit Falcone. So Falcone goes to first. And now Dartmouth has a big problem on his hand, because if you throw down and Falcone goes, there's a pretty good chance Serena's going to score. And you have Fararisi at the plate. Fararisi was 2 for 5 in the opener, 0 for 2 today. The Dartmouth infield at regular depth, if they put the ball in play, Serena's going to score.
especially with his lead off of third right now.
Liner, and they're going to get a double him up. It's line to the shortstop, Goodrich, and Falcone took off towards second. By the time he realizes his mistake, Goodrich throws over to Selzer and gets the out. So Dartmouth dodges a little trouble there. They had Serena on third with no out, but they get the double play to end the threat. After 4.5 innings, the score remains Columbia 4, Dartmouth 2. It is the bottom of the 5th inning. Bo Patterson leads off for the Big Green, the number 9 hitter. Columbia leads 4-2. Joey DeNino gave up 2 runs to the Big Green. There's a ground to the third. Field by Vandercook. Throw to first in time to get Patterson 1 pitch, 1 out. Here's Parisi, who came around to score the first Dartmouth run, got picked off of first in the second. 1 down, Parisi, then Coble for the Big Green here as they start to run out of outs, bottom of the 5th. Called strike, 1-1. So it's the top of the order. If Dartmouth's going to make its move in this game, this is the time to do it. DeNino pitching a lot like Spear did. Got a little banged around in the first, stuck with it, battled away out of trouble, and then got dominant. I mean, Spear had that stretch there. We got 16 straight outs and ended up with 12 Ks. What a great performance.
DeNino's retired his last 5 batters.
Misses away. 3-1. Coach Beretti is in the dugout saying, let us not walk Parisi. Make him put it in play. 3-1 pitch. Lined, base hit to center field. Here is Ennis Coble, 0 for 1. Walked and struck out after going 2 for 5 in the opener. Parisi perhaps a little more cautious this time after he got picked off in the second by DeNino, who just caught him leaning the wrong way. Fisher pops out behind the plate. Well, he's been blocking balls in the dirt all day. When you have a catcher that good behind the plate, you can try that off-speed stuff, you know, try and get the other team to offer it those low pitches, knowing you won't pay a price. Line to right field, down the line. Runners go, gets it to the fence. It's going to be extra bases. Coming around is Parisi. Staying at second is Coble. A double to right field by Ennis Coble brings in 1 for the Dartmouth. The Big Green trail
Right
now by a score of 4-3.
Keller.
So with 1 out, Parisi singled, Coble doubled to right, and that brought Parisi around.
Now a meeting at the mound after DeNino retired 5 straight batters.
He's 0 for 2 in this game. He grounded out in the first, but moved the runners along. Flied out deep to center field in the third. Now here he has a chance to tie it up if he can single and bring Coble in from second. 1 down. Called strike 1. DeNino changes speeds. That was a little high. That was a good pitch for Keller to hit. Selzer on deck.
Keller has sent, as you mentioned, a lot of balls deep to center, and Serena has been able to chase them down.
The pitch. Called strike, inside corner, 0-2. That's a nice pitch by DeNino. After going high with the changeup, inside heat. Keller in a big hole. DeNino looks in. Now Keller steps out, asks for time, and gets it. Coble off second with 1 down here in the bottom of the 5th. Lions ahead by 1. The 0-2 pitch. Here it is. Grounded foul to the third base dugout. 0-2 remains the count. Columbia fans are into this game. A terrific crowd here today at Seytow Stadium. The grandstand is full. Football field and the parking lot on the left and right sides also with tons of spectators. The 0-2 pitch. High, ball 1. 1-2 to Keller.
throughout the course of this season with doubles. When he wouldn't get it over the fence, 21 doubles, and he led the Ivy League in doubles per game. Very dangerous with the bat.
1 and 2, 1 out. Coble off second. In the dirt, nicely blocked there by Fisher. So 2 and 2 with 1 down. And you can just feel the tension kind of rising. Key moment in this game. Columbia leads by 1. Dartmouth could tie it up with a single. 3-hitter at the plate. Cleanup man on deck. 2 and 2. Here's the pitch. Grounded foul again to the third base side by Keller, so he's hanging around in there. Columbia made just enough plays in the opener to get the win, and so far just enough here to have a 1-run lead. The 2-2 pitch. Grounded foul to the third base side once again by Jeff Keller. 2 and 2, 1 down, bottom of the 5th. Coble on second. Columbia leads by 1. Danino is set and delivers. Hit to right center field. That's pretty well hit, but once again, that man Serena is there. Coble tags up, and he's in easily to third. So here's Selzer, who had a single in the third. Selzer 2 for 4 in the opener, so he's got 3 hits on the day and a chance here to tie the score.
And he had a sac fly in the first.
Coble with a big lead off third. Called strike 1 to Dustin Selzer. All-Ivy first baseman last year as a sophomore from Houston. He and Alec Black among the 2 best first basemen in the league. Called strike 2. Nice pitches by Danino. Selzer hasn't got the bat off his shoulder so far in this at-bat. Puritano on deck. Danino working quickly. The 0-2 pitch. Misses outside. Coble dancing down the line. One and 2, 2 down. Here's the pitch. Lined and caught by the third baseman, Vandercook. Had that been in the gap, it was going to tie the game. A line drive, but Vandercook goes to his left. Makes the play. So Dartmouth gets 1 back. A double by Parisi and a double by Coble. After 5 full innings, it's Columbia 4 and Dartmouth 3. We'll be right back. It is the top of the 6th inning. We have a pitching change for the Big Green. Michael Johnson is out, and Michael Danilak comes in, a freshman from Mount Prospect, Illinois. Danilak on the year, 1-0, 2.65 ERA. This is 11th appearance, all in relief. 17 innings pitched. He's given up 5 earned runs, walked 3, struck out 17, a hard thrower, and he faces Silbar here in the top of the 6th. 4-3, Columbia leads. Find out of play, 1-1 the count to Silbar, who doubled in the 4th and came around to score on a suicide squeeze by Nick Husset that gave Columbia the lead. Just misses outside. Danilak 2-1. So Danilak in for Johnson. Johnson gave up 4 runs on 5 hits. Danilak, a big righty, just misses outside. 3-1 the count. So it'll be Silbar, Vandercook, and Nick Husset for the Lions here in the top of the 6th. Dartmouth, the home team here in Game 2 of the Ivy Championship Series. Line to right field, but pretty much right at Keller, who makes it going back and to his right. A well-hit ball by Silbar. A few more feet, there's going to be extra base. Here is Vandercook. who tripled in the second to bring in Silbar. Came around to score himself on a grounder by Crusette. Then he flied out to right. There's one hit to center field. Patterson going back near the warning track and makes the catch up against the fence. So two hard hit balls by the Lions
Second
here
baseman, number 11.
in the sixth. Here's Nick Crusette, who was at the plate. Silbar was at third and executed a perfect squeeze play to give Columbia its fourth run of the game, which now at the moment is the go-ahead run. Crusette shows bunt there. With 2 outs, it would be a drag bunt for a base hit. Lombardi at third for Dartmouth, about even with the bag. Seltzer pretty deep at first. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Outside corner, strike 2. 0-2 to Nick Crusette with Fisher on deck. Oh and 2 the count. Here's the pitch. Lined up the middle, base hit for Nick Crusette. What a day for him as he tries to get something going for the Lions here in the sixth. There goes the runner. The throw down. And Crusette steals another. He's on second with a stolen base with 2 down here in the sixth.
So Serena does it to Dartmouth on the base paths, and now Crusette follows the same script. And now the Lions again with a runner in scoring position. They're trying to get back that insurance run that they lost when they were up 4-2.
Fisher 0 for 1 in the game. Grounded out and walked. Nice curveball. 1-1 the count with 2 down now. Matt McDowell, the catcher, goes out. I think maybe he was crossed up on that one. Get the signs right. Maybe he's telling him to keep an eye on Crusette at second. I know there's 2 outs and it's unorthodox to steal, but if we've learned anything about the Lions today, Coach Peretti likes the unorthodox and his team executes it.
Nothing is conservative when it comes to the Lions.
Just misses outside, 2-1. Coach Bob Whalen in his 24th year at Dartmouth, 9 Red Ralph Division titles, 2 Ivy League titles, 265 wins in Ivy League play, 489 wins overall. He's coached almost 1,000 college baseball games. Wind picking up, pitch misses. 3-1 now the count to Fisher. First base open, so you don't mind walking Fisher, except that you're facing the top of the order if you do.
Danielak faced Columbia here in Game 2 back on March 31st. Gave up a run on 2 hits and a walk in 1 inning of work.
Crusette off second, dancing around. Danielak steps off. 3-1, 2 down, top of the 6th. Columbia 4, Dartmouth 3. The pitch, swung on a miss, strike 2. So now we have a full count with first base open. Silbar would usually not be running, but we'll see how Columbia plays it. 3-2, 2 out. Danielak set, there goes the runner. Swung on a miss, strike 3, so we don't know if he would have stolen third. Fisher strikes out.
One man left on base in the
So Columbia does get a single and advances him to second. After 5.5 innings, it is the Columbia Lions 4 and the Big Green 3. Welcome back to Robertson Field.
Off the bottom half of the 6th, the designated hitter, number 3, Joe Puritano.
In the top of the 6th, Coach Whalen for Dartmouth made a move, bringing in Mike Danielak to replace Michael Johnson, and now Coach Brett Peretti does the same, replacing Joey Domino with Mike Weissman in the bottom of the 6th. Weissman, a left-hander, 6 foot 195 sophomore from North Andover, Massachusetts.
And he also went up against Dartmouth in Game 2 in March, 1 scoreless inning.
At the plate for the Big Green is Puritano, 2-0 the count. Weissman on the year, this is his 14th appearance, all in relief. 0-1, 2.25 ERA, 20 innings pitched, so he's clearly been one of the ace relievers for the Lions. Ball 3 to Puritano, but he can't find the strike zone just yet. A nice outing, certainly, by Danino, who gave up 2 runs on only 5 hits. Not sure what Coach Beretti saw. Called strike 1, 3-1 to Puritano. As you pointed out, Lance, there's been a chess match between the two skippers today, and a very good one.
And both of these teams' bullpens have been effective throughout the course of the season.
Line to right field, and fair. That's going to be at least a double for Puritano. It rolls around in the corner. He's looking for the sign, and they say, hold up. Trailing by 1. Now here is Nick Lombardi, 1 for 2 on the day. Goodrich on deck. A tying run on second for the Dartmouth here in the bottom of the 6th. The left-handed Weissman. Called strike 1 to Lombardi.
That was Puritano's first hit in this game, so he's now extended his hitting streak to 9 games because he also had a hit in the opener.
Clearly a strong candidate to be Rookie of the Year in Ivy League play. We'll see if he can come around to tie the game for the Big Green. The 0-1 pitch, called strike 2, so Lombardi doesn't even offer at the 2 Weissman pitchers. Now Mike Fisher, the catcher for Columbia, out to talk to Weissman. Is there a clear closer for Columbia?
They normally use Alex Black, the first baseman. He does double duty.
The 0-2 pitch. Foul ball, out of play. 0-2 remains the count. How about Stefan Olsen? I remember him for 4 years. Hasn't pitched as much this year.
And he pitched when we called the Ivy League championship series back in 2010. One of the 7 seniors on this team.
0-2. Weissman is ready. Puritano off second. Ball is high, 1-2. Dartmouth lost the first in 2010. Came back to win the second, and then won the game 3 on Sunday afternoon. Hoping to do the same. Columbia trying to close it out. Let's not play baseball tomorrow, boys. Is the Columbia attitude. The 1-2 pitch. Here it is. In the dirt, 2-2. So Lombardi battles back from 0-2 to 2-2. Goodrich on deck. Puritano still on second. The tying run.
Lombardi already with a base hit in this game. That was his first hit of the afternoon, as he was 0 for 5 in game 1.
2-2 pitch, way inside, ball 3. So after getting way ahead, now Weissman struggling a little bit. Weissman struck out 23 in 20 innings of work, only walked 5, gave up 8 earned runs. As you pointed out, Lance, 2.25 ERA. Well, that's terrific.
Last time he pitched was last Sunday, game 2 at Penn.
The pitch, line, fair ball, down the line. That's going to bring in Puritano from third. Lombardi headed to second. Around second looking for the sign, and he holds up a 1-run double to left by Nick Lombardi, brings in Puritano and ties the score. Dartmouth led this one. Columbia went ahead 4-2, and now Dartmouth has battled back to 4. Bottom of the 6th. Goodrich at the plate. Perhaps Dartmouth would think about bunting with him and then giving McDowell and Patterson a chance to bring home the go-ahead run. Here's the pitch. Foul back. Swinging away is Goodrich. A nice changeup. Curve there. A little courage to throw a curve after giving up 2 hits, and it makes it work. Weissman, a sophomore. 4 appearances last year as a freshman. No wins, no losses. Out of the stretch. The left-hander. Now here's a bunt, and it's foul, so Goodrich could not get it down. That pitch was high, tough to bunt those. And he fouls it off. 0-2 now to Trent Goodrich. McDowell on deck. So Goodrich looking at least to put it in play on the right side. There's a big gap over there as the second baseman, Crusette, plays over towards the bag to hold Lombardi on. The 0-2 pitch. Foul tip. Goodrich remains at bat. Still a good crowd here, getting later in the afternoon. It's about 5 p.m. Full day of baseball.
Dartmouth trying to force a game 3. If they can take the lead here, runner in scoring position.
Grounded to the right side. That will advance the runner. Goodrich running. Nice job. Black goes over to his right to field it. And Weissman does a nice job of getting to the first base just a step ahead of Goodrich. But Goodrich does his job. The Columbia infield in. They're all 4 of them just on the grass. They're going to make a play at home any way they can. Line, base hit for McDowell. He does his job, brings home Lombardi from third. So maybe his first hit of the day, but he makes the count. Matt McDowell, the sophomore catcher, lines a shot to right field.
Center fielder, number
and the Big Green lead by a score of 5-4. And that's going to be it for Mike Weissman. Both managers are not shy about making moves. There's no tomorrow in this. We'll see who the reliever is coming in for the Lions.
Now to the game to pitch for Columbia, number 29, Stephen Olson.
And here's Stephen Olson, who we just talked about a few moments ago, a senior. So McDowell is on first. There's 1 out. Patterson at the plate, 0 for 2 on the day. McDowell not likely to run. Called strike 1. Olson, he's quick. Puritano doubled. Lombardi doubled. McDowell singled.
Olson, as a freshman, pitched game 3 of the Ivy League Championship Series back in 2010, right here at Robertson Field.
Misses outside, 1-1.
In that game, he went 4 2/3, gave up 4 runs, 3 earned, 7 hits, 1 walk, and 3 Ks.
Big Green lead, 5-4, bottom of the 6th. 1 on, 1 out. This misses outside, 2-1. Patterson at the plate, an excellent bunter. Bunts for base hit quite a bit. Vandercook at third, even with the bag. Black holding him on at first. There goes the runner. Throw by Fisher in time. I didn't see it whether Patterson tried to bunt. Whatever it was, McDowell was running, perhaps a hit and run. And perfect throw by Mike Fisher. And McDowell is out 2-6. Now 2 down, and Patterson 2-2. Outside, ball 3.
That was a big out for the Lions, Wayne, considering Weissman came in, gave up back-to-back doubles. Dartmouth took full advantage of that to get a much-needed out. Could be a big boost for this Lions squad.
Foul tip. Fisher can't hang on to that one. 3-2 remains the count. I think there was probably like a run and hit was going on. They were trying to get Patterson to put the ball into the hole on the right side. Whatever it was, he did not make contact. McDowell thrown out by Fisher. 2 down. Swung on and missed. Patterson strikes out. So the Big Green get 2 runs on 3 hits and now lead by a score of 5-4. We'll be right back for the top of the 7th on Ivy Sports.
Launched in September, the One Roar Fund will serve as a vehicle to help all 31 of Columbia's varsity athletics programs and club sports to compete at the highest level. We remain committed to providing our student athletes with the best resources available to help them achieve their goals. Although competition has been postponed, the competitive fire within our student athletes still burns as they await the call to return to athletic events. One Roar will provide our 700-plus student athletes with the necessary resources to stay in prime shape, mentally sharp, and above all, healthy and safe, as we await the continuation of Ivy League play. Together, we roar as one.
This is Wayne Young turning it over to take us home to my partner Lance Meadow.
All right, Wayne, thank you so much. Top of the 7th, and Eric Williams takes a strike on the outside corner, facing Michael Danielak, the 6'4" freshman out of Mount Prospect, Illinois. His second inning of work today. The 0-1 pitch is lifted into left field. Coble gets under it, and he's there to make the first catch. And that brings up Jordan Serena, the center fielder for the Lions, with 1 out here in the 7th. And the first pitch hits the inside corner for strike number 1. Is Dartmouth in front of Columbia 5-4. McDowell coming through with the go-ahead RBI single in the last inning. Here's the 0-1 pitch, and this one is lined into the gap in right center. It will drop it for a hit, and Keller misses the cutoff. So Serena on the run. He's heading to third, and he will slide in safely for a triple. Jordan Serena with a big hit with 1 out here in the 7th. Dartmouth responded to move in front with 2 runs in the 6th, and the Lions come right back with a 3-bagger here in the 7th. So Alex Black, the reigning Ivy League Player of the Week.
Dartmouth infield in.
Here's the first pitch, and it is low and outside for ball number 1.
So what a moment for the Dartmouth freshman from Illinois. He's got the lead, but he's got trouble with Serena on third, only 1 out.
Danielak out of the windup. And he misses on the outside. 2 balls, no strikes. So Alex Black works the count in his favor, with Jordan Serena leading off from third with 1 out here in the top of the 7th. Here's the 2-0 pitch, and it is way outside for ball 3.
Well, I'm not sure you want to walk Black to get to Falcone, who's got 2 hits in this game, to go along with his 3 hits in the opener. Plus, it gives Columbia first and third with Serena on third. That's nothing but trouble.
Here's the 3-0 pitch, low and outside, ball 4. So Alex Black takes first base. Runners on the corners now with 1 out, and that brings up Joey Falcone, the designated hitter. Falcone was hit by a pitch in his last at bat in the 5th. Prior to that, flied out to right, and he had a base hit in his first at bat. Here's the first pitch to Falcone, and is low and inside for ball 1. As Alex Black takes his lead off of first, Serena from third. Serena with 1 out, hit one into the gap in right center, and wound up all the way on third base.
Black doesn't steal often, but he's 4 for 4 on the year. Perhaps a threat to go here.
Has a lead from first, and the pitch is low and outside for ball number 2. So just like Black, Falcone has the count in his favor early on here.
That's 6 consecutive balls by Danielak.
Preserving a lead has been very difficult in this Ivy League Championship Series. Here's the 2-0 pitch, and a grounder through the gap between first and second into right. Serena scores, and just like that, we are knotted at 5 here in the top of the 7th as Joey Falcone again comes through with a big hit.
Number 6, Nick Ferrarisi.
So here's Ferrarisi with 2 on and 1 out, and the ties score in the 7th.
Black at second. Falcone leads off from first. Ferrarisi, the first pitch to him, paints the outside corner for strike 1.
Ferrarisi hit into a double play last time up. A sharp line drive to the shortstop, and they doubled up Falcone at first.
Goodrich was in a perfect position to execute that play. Both runners lead off their respective bases. Danielak looks back at second. Here's the 0-1 pitch, and this one is hit deep into the gap in left center. And this flight is off the wall. Rounding third, coming in to score will be Black. Following this Falcone, the relay throw is not in time. And the Lions come through with 2 more runs thanks to a stand-up double by Ferrarisi. The crowd getting into it here at Robertson Field. And the Lions respond with 3 runs in the top of the 7th after Dartmouth briefly took the lead in the bottom of the 6th with 2 runs of their own. And we're going to have a pitching change here for the Big Green.
Oh, it's Thomas Olson, who is the Dartmouth closer, a sophomore from Kansas who just had a great year. Yeah, Columbia's made the plays.
Thomas Olson with his first pitch to Silbar, and it's a grounder through the hole between short and third. One run will come into score. Silbar heading to second. He will slide in. So Farisi, after the 2-run go-ahead double, now scores on Silbar's connection, and they pad their lead, the Lions, 8-5 with 4 runs here in the top of the 7th.
So still only 1 out with a runner on second. 4 in for the Lions here in the 7th.
And a team has finally solved Thomas Olson, who surrenders his first run. And the first pitch to Vandercook is fouled out into the football stadium, left side of home plate.
How about this is either the last game or the next to last game of the season for the Big Green, and Olson finally gives up a run. Sophomore from Kansas.
Streaks are great, but this is not the time that you want to have it end.
Vandercook.
The 0-1 pitch getting set to be delivered from Olson as he stares back at second, and a swing and a foul tip for strike number 2. The Lions have come alive here in the 7th with 4 runs.
On 4 hits and a walk.
Dartmouth looked as if it stole the momentum with 2 runs in the bottom of the 6th. McDowell with his RBI single made it 5-4 in the blink of an eye. The Lions have come back. 0-2 the count in favor of Olson, who stares down at Vandercook. Looks back at second. Here's the pitch, and it hits Vandercook. So he will head to first. Now 2 on with 1 out.
And now here's Cousette. Who knows what he's going to do? Suicide squeeze early in the game. Only 1 out. He could advance runners to second and third. I doubt that Columbia. They're hitting the ball too well right now. We'll see. Fisher on deck.
Cousette had a base hit in his last at bat. And he's got 2 on to work with here with 1 out. The first pitch is skied high and will lift into the parking lot in foul territory. 8-5, Columbia in front of Dartmouth. The Big Green, the home team in game number 2 after losing game number 1. Gus Craig with a walk-off connection to lift the Lions over the Big Green 6-5. Here's the 0-1 pitch. And a hard grounder through the hole up the middle into the right center field gap. Another run will come into score, and sliding in safely at third as the Lions just continue to tack on more.
Now here is Fisher with runners on second and third. Will Columbia squeeze again? It's Vandercook at third.
Mike Fisher in the box, awaiting his first pitch with 2 on and 1 out. And this one hits Fisher. So the base is now loaded with 1 out. And Thomas Olson, who has been absolutely perfect this season, in his first major jam.
Columbia has now batted around in the 7th. Williams went out to lead off. He's now back at the plate. Everybody that followed him either got a hit or got on base. 5 hits, 2 hit batsmen, and a walk for a total of 5 Columbia runs here in the 7th.
So Eric Williams looks to complete the set here. Base is loaded, 1 out, lifts one to shallow center. Coming on to make the catch is Patterson, and the throw home is off the mark to the left of home plate. So tagging from third and scoring is Vandercook. It's now 10-5 Columbia, thanks to a 6-run 7th.
Here is Serena, who's got 3 hits in this game.
Serena had a triple earlier in this inning. Keller could not cut it off in time, and Serena said thank you very much and slid into third. 2 on for him with 2 out. And Serena, the first pitch, he takes it on the outside corner for strike number 1.
So Cousette off second, Fisher off first. 2 down, 6 in for the Lions in the 7th.
This was a 5-4 game in favor of Dartmouth just moments ago. Here's the 0-1 pitch. It gets away from McDowell. Usually it's Dartmouth that has been the team that's delivered runs in late innings. Here it's Columbia in the 7th. 1-1 the count with 2 out. And Serena in the box. Rifles one that nearly takes out Brett Peretti at third base.
And the Dartmouth team in the dugout, that's adding insult to injury. First we'll get 6 runs, then we'll scatter you in your dugout.
And every one of Whalen's moves earlier in this game, Wayne, has really paid off. But here the bullpen just not able to hold on to the lead, specifically Olsen, and the numbers were in his favor coming in. Here's the 1-2 pitch, and Serena chops one foul to the left of third base. Olsen stares back at second, and the pitch is low and inside for ball 2. So 2-2 the count, with 2 on here in the top of the 7th, and 6 runs already in for the Lions in this frame alone. Fisher's at first. Crusette leads off from second. It's Serena in the box. Righty against righty. Here's the 2-2 pitch, and it's fouled back into the netting. He stays alive.
So they've all been 1- and 2-run innings for the most part this game, and both games. This is the first real explosion we've seen. What a job by the Lions. 6 runs on 6 hits.
And Thomas Olsen, who has been so effective since he arrived at Dartmouth, this season was not a fluke, even though he didn't give up a run. The 2-2 pitch is lifted into shallow left field, and there to make the catch is Goodrich all the way near third, and they finally stopped the bleeding, but not before the Lions played 6 runs at the top of the 7th. Move in front 10-5. We move to the bottom of the 7th. Olsen, first pitch is on the inside corner for strike 1 on Parisi, as Gus Craig now playing left field for Eric Williams for Columbia in terms of its defensive alignment. The 0-1 pitch is just off the outside corner for ball number 1.
Olsen on the mound in relief for Columbia.
Stephen Olsen going to work. The 1-1 pitch grounded back up the middle, fielded by Crusette to throw to first in time, 1 away. Stephen Olsen, his first pitch, a fastball on the outside corner, strike 1.
Well, Columbia's got to feel good with a 5-run lead and Olsen on the mound. A veteran.
Here's
4
the 0-1
years,
pitch.
honorable mention All-Ivy a couple of times. He's been a starter, a reliever. He knows what to do with a 5-run lead.
In the dirt for a ball, 1-1 the count. Olsen has plenty of experience when it comes to the Ivy League Championship Series. The 1-1 pitch fouled into the left field stands. Crowd giving it to a fan who dropped the pop-up. See, it's not just the umpires. They spread the wealth here. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Low and inside for ball number 2.
Wind's starting to pick up. Late afternoon, off the Hudson, it usually does.
The 2-2 pitch in the dirt. That pushes it to a full count. With 1 out here in the bottom of the 8th. Columbia 10, Dartmouth 5. A 6-run 7th inning blew things open. Nick Ferrarisi with a 2-run double highlighted the outburst. The 3-2 pitch grounded to third. Vandercook's there. Throw to first in time, 2 away. He homered in game number 1 in the top of the 1st. He was 2 for 4 with 2 RBI and 2 runs scored. Has had some opportunities, just hasn't been able to capitalize. And the first pitch he takes right down the middle for strike 1.
And Olsen's just going to throw strikes now and force Dartmouth to do something. Don't give him anything.
Here's the 0-1 pitch to Keller, low and outside for ball 1.
Sells are on deck. Dartmouth down to its final 7 outs, trailing by 5.
Here's the 1-1 pitch. And it's a liner over the head of Silbar into left field for a 2-out base hit for Jeff Keller. That will bring up Dustin Selzer, the first baseman, who had a single in the 3rd inning, lined out to 3rd in his last at-bat in the 5th, which was a key play because they had a runner in scoring position. Vandercook, right place at the right time. Here's the first pitch, and it is right down the middle for strike 1.
Yeah, Selzer had a sacrifice fly and a single, and that was a rocket. Vandercook made the play.
Keller leads off from first, 2 out. The 0-1 pitch. On the outside corner with a fastball, strike 2.
Last 5 years, this series has gone 3 games. Columbia trying to end it in 2 this time.
The 0-2 pitch, he gets him looking. Strike a pose, Dustin Selzer.
Leading off the Columbia
New
half
pitcher
of the
for the
eighth,
Big
first
Green
baseman,
as
number
we welcome you
27,
back
Alex
here on
Black.
IvyLeagueSports.com. Bottom of the 8th, and it is Louis Kincato, the right-hander out of Woodbridge, Connecticut, going to work on Alex Black. And the first pitch is high and inside for ball 1.
Kincato is 7-2 in his career for the Big Green. 2-1 this year. This is his 11th appearance. He had 3 starts, 4.60 ERA.
And the 1-0 pitch skied high into foul territory. Here's the 1-1 pitch, low and inside.
6 runs for the Lions in the top of the 7th, turned a 5-4 Dartmouth lead into a 10-5 Columbia lead.
Here's the 2-1 pitch, check swing. Did he go around? They're going to appeal to first, and he did not. 3 balls, 1 strike. They batted around in that 6-run frame. Here's the 3-1 pitch, and it is skied high into the infield. Coming in at second is Parisi, and he dives back and it drops in. Could not get a good angle on the ball.
And that's what you call a major league pop-up. That was way up there in the sun. Parisi just couldn't. Wind kind of twirls around here and took it away from him.
First pitch to Joey Falcone, a rocket into the gap in right center, and it drops in for a hit as Bo Patterson was not able to make the diving catch. So Falcone on at first, Black moves to second, nobody out
Right
with
fielder,
2 on
number 6,
here in the
Nick
bottom
Ferrarisi.
of the 8th inning.
And now Ferrarisi, who doubled last inning, brought in 2 runs with that double.
That was the big hit that highlighted that frame, and he now has 2 more runners to work with nobody out. And pitches high and inside for ball 1. The Lions doubling up the Big Green 10-5 here in the 8th inning. Ferrarisi facing Louis Kincato. Kincato looks back at second. Here's the pitch. And it is high and inside for yet another ball.
6 runs, 7th. What an inning for the Lions.
With the way everybody's hitting, I'm sure Brett Peretti gave him the green light, and the pitch is grounded to second. Parisi shovels it to second. There's 1 to throw to first in time, a double play. Aaron Silvar, who had a base hit in that big 6-run 7th.
And 3 hits on the day, including 2 doubles.
Here's the first pitch to Silvar, swing and a miss, strike 1.
And he scored from third on that squeeze play. Back in the 4th.
A pair of doubles to go along with that single. The 0-1 pitch, grounded to short. Goodrich is there to throw to first in time. Lions still in front, 10-5 over Dartmouth. We go to the bottom of the 8th here on IvyLeagueSports.com. Game 2 of the Ivy League Championship Series. Columbia leads Dartmouth 10-5. Stephen Olson still on the mound for the Lions. And leading off is Joe Puritano. And he takes a strike on the inside corner.
Puritano, 1 for 3 on the day. Stefan Olson, excellent in relief so far for the Lions.
0-1 pitch, swing and a miss. Strike 2. Puritano had a double in the 6th inning. Flied out to second in the 3rd. Here's the 0-2 pitch, swing and a miss. And that will bring up Nick Lombardi, the 3rd baseman.
The 3rd strikeout for Olson since coming on in the 6th.
Olson cleaned up after Mike Weissman struggled, lasted just a 1/3 of an inning.
So Olson in position to get the win. Nice way to go out for the senior from Southern California.
Barty takes a strike on the outside corner. As Olson getting ready to deliver the 0-1 pitch. Low and outside, ball one.
Best part about winning this is you get to play baseball for 4 more weeks. It's Memorial Day weekend when the first round of play takes place.
Here's the 1-1 pitch. And it misses on the outside for ball two.
Both Dartmouth and Columbia, good seasons. They could do some damage at a regional. They have enough pitching, enough defense that maybe they could make a run. An Ivy League team has never won a regional since they've gone to that 16 regional format. It's 4 teams go to one of 16 regionals, and the winner advances to the super regional the week after.
And the 2-2 pitch, swing and a miss, so another strikeout.
3 Ks in a row for Olson, who smells the victory.
He got Selzer looking to end the previous frame. Here's the first pitch to Goodrich as Fisher tries to frame it on the outside corner. The umpire sees it otherwise. Ball one.
A back and forth game to the top of the 7th.
The 1-0 pitch misses again outside. Ball two.
Lions got 6 to blow it open. Olson looking to close the deal.
Here's the 2-0 pitch. And he keeps working that outside corner, but misses again. Ball 3. Dartmouth set the tone early with a 2-0 lead. 3-0 pitch misses outside. Ball 4. 4 straight balls to Trent Goodrich. And after that base hit that put them ahead, he was caught stealing. They had a couple of lineouts with runners on. Those things add up over the course of a game as the first pitch is on the inside corner for strike 1. Matt McDowell with a runner on here in the 8th. 2 out. The 0-1 pitch. The runner initially went and then jumped back to the bag.
They're not holding,
Goodrich hesitated.
Not holding Goodrich on at first. Black playing behind him with the lefty McDowell at the plate.
Goodrich takes the lead off from first. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Fouled back into the netting. Strike 2.
Three Lou Gehrig titles for the last 6 years for Brett Beretti, and he's 4 outs away from his 2nd Ivy League championship.
It'll be the first one since 2008 if they could hold on. The 1-2 pitch fouled back into the netting. Last time the Lions won the Ivy League title and went to the big dance, they won in Hanover. They lost here in 2010. They're trying to take advantage of some home cooking. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Gets him looking on the inside corner. Olson, 3 Ks in the frame around the walk. And the Lions move to the 9th. Columbia up 10-5 over Dartmouth. David Vandercook, the 3rd baseman, facing Louis Concato, the right-hander out of Connecticut, who came in to start the last frame. And here's the first pitch, and it's fouled towards the Lions dugout. Columbia blew things open with a 6-run 7th. Nick Ferrisi with a 2-run double to highlight that big outburst. The Lions have not looked back since then. Here's the 0-1 pitch. And a liner right through the hole between first and second into right field for a base hit. Crusette, the senior out of Florida, trying to end his career on a high note. The first pitch he takes for a strike on the outside corner. Vandercook takes his lead from first with nobody out here in the top of the 9th. Here's the 0-1 pitch to Crusette, and it's fouled into the netting left side of home plate. Crusette, last 2 at-bats were both singles. Had an RBI ground out earlier in this contest. He's done a little bit of everything.
He's been a good player for Columbia for 4 years. Not always a starter, a regular starter, but does whatever's been asked for him, does it well.
And the 0-2 pitch, check swing.
So these seniors are the ones who played in the Ivy Championship Series as freshmen. Lost to the Big Green, so for them it'll mean a lot to win this one. Having lost at home in 2010. None of these guys would have played on the 2008 Ivy champions.
The 1-2 pitch lifted down the right field line into foul territory. 1-2 the count to Nick Crusette. A player like Olsen, another one who was in that 2010 series, will now have an opportunity, if the Lions can hold on, to head to the NCAA Tournament. It'll be a special opportunity for this senior class that sports 7 athletes. Crusette fouls off the 1-2 pitch.
Memorial Day weekend, 16 regionals, 4 teams each. It's a double elimination, so you get to lose one and still stay alive. Followed by 8 super regionals, and the 8 champs go to the College World Series in Omaha.
The 1-2 pitch grounded through the hole between first and second. So another base hit for Nick Crusette. Vandercook heads to second, 2 aboard here in the 9th with nobody out.
And here's Fisher, who's been plunked twice. It's tough enough catching a doubleheader without getting hit 2 times.
Cato's first pitch, swing and a miss, strike 1.
Top of the order next with no down here in the 9th.
Fisher, we talked about the great job he's done behind the plate in terms of blocking some pitches from Spear and Danino. And scored the winning run in game 1. Here's the 0-1 pitch. And it just misses inside for ball number 1. Vandercook at second, who set it first. Mike Fisher in the box here in the top of the 9th. Nobody out. 1-1 the count. Columbia leads Dartmouth 10-5 here in game 2 of the Ivy League Championship Series. Cato looks back at second. Vandercook leads. Here's the pitch, and it's fouled off a tip. So everybody returns to their respective spots.
I mean, Columbia's pretty comfortable with a 5-run lead with only 3 outs to go, but I'm sure they'd like to get another 1 or 2 if they could.
Especially with the way Dartmouth hits the ball in the 9th inning, batting .400 as a team.
If any team's going to come back, as unlikely as it is that anyone can do it, it's the Big Green. They battled back several times this year.
1-2 pitch, swing and a miss. So Fisher goes down swinging. Craig, the hero in game number 1, with the walk-off connection that scored Mike Fisher. Righty on the mound, lefty in the box. Here's the first pitch. The grounder off the mound. Takes a tough bounce, but it rolls right into the hands of Selzer, who collides with Craig, applies the tag, and that'll bring up Jordan Serena, who had 2 at-bats in that big 7th inning. Here's the first pitch. And it paints the inside corner, strike 1. Both runners advancing on that ground out by Craig.
Vandercook at third and Nick Crusette at second.
Here's the 0-1 pitch to Serena. In the dirt, ball bounces away from McDowell. Heading home is Vandercook. He will slide in, and the Lions played another 11-5 here in the 9th. We talked about Fisher blocking so many pitches, and McDowell has had a tough time with some of the relievers specifically who have not been able to find the strike zone. Here's the 1-1 pitch to Serena with Crusette now at third, and it's low and outside for a ball. 2-1 the count.
For the Big Green in the 9th, it'll be Patterson, then the top of the order, Parisi and Coble.
The 2-1 pitch right on the outside corner for strike number 2. All 2s on the scoreboard. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the top of the 9th. And the pitch in the dirt outside, ball 3. Lions in front 11-5 over the Big Green here in game 2 of the Ivy League Championship Series. Here's the 3-2 pitch, and this one is lifted into the gap in left center. Serena adds another to the box score. Crusette comes in to score. Serena up at second with a stand-up double. And it is now 12-5 in favor of Columbia. Alex Black, who led the Ivy League in homers this season, with a runner on. First pitch. He lifts it into shallow right field. Keller comes in, makes the catch. And that will do it for the top of the 9th. But not before the Lions put 2 more runs on the board. They move to the bottom of the 9th, 3 outs away from clinching the Ivy League title.
12-5, Columbia leads Dartmouth. Olsen still on the mound, facing Toymil. Low and inside for ball number 1.
Olsen has struck out 5 in just over 2 innings of work.
And the 1-0 pitch finds the inside corner, strike number 1. It's Toymil, a 5'11 junior out of Boca Raton, Florida. 1-1 pitch, straight down the middle with a fastball, strike 2.
Well, Toymil had the pinch hit in the first game that tied it up for the Big Green before Gus Craig ended it for the Lions.
The 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss. 1 down here in the bottom of the 9th as Toymil replaced Bo Patterson.
Second baseman, number 6, Matt Parisi.
And that brings up the top of the order, Matt Parisi. Parisi grounded out to second in his last at bat. Does have a pair of singles in this game. Here's the first pitch, and it is low and outside for ball 1.
6 Ks for Olsen.
Here's the 1-0 pitch. This one paints the outside corner.
Olsen scheduled to get the win if it stays this way. Those 6 runs came when he was on the mound. Turned a 5-4 Dartmouth lead into a 10-5 Columbia lead.
And the 1-1 pitch fouled back into the netting. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out here in the bottom of the 9th. Columbia leading Dartmouth 12-5 in Game 2 of the Ivy League Championship Series. 2 outs away. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Misses outside, ball 2. The 2-2 pitch. Rounder to second. Who sets there? The throw to first. 2 away. Stephen Olsen.
Left fielder, number 5, Ennis
in Game 3 back in 2010. In which the Lions fell to Dartmouth right here in the Ivy League Championship Series. Has been solid out of the bullpen today and is 1 out away from getting some redemption. The first pitch is drilled deep to right field. Coming over to make the catch is Serena, and the celebration underway. The dog
Final score, Columbia 12, Dartmouth 5. Lions win the 2013 Ivy League Baseball Championship.
And they are heading to the big dance.
Just a terrific effort by Columbia in this game. The Big Green battled back to take the lead, and then Columbia just broke it open with 6 in the 7th inning. A great day of baseball. That first game was a terrific thing. Dartmouth led, then trailed, and tied it. Gus Craig got the winning hit. And this one, Columbia just broke it open for a blowout win.
At this time, please turn your attention to the home plate area where Matt Singer from the Ivy League office will present the William Clarence Matthews Ivy League Baseball Trophy to head coach Brett Beretti and the 2013 Ivy League champion Columbia Lions.
Brett Beretti coming over to receive the Ivy League trophy with his team. Great moment here at Robertson Field.
Congratulations, Columbia. Good luck in the NCAA Tournament.
So the Lions now await what regional they will head to for the start of the NCAA Tournament that gets underway.